I've seen this video going around, and it is a Mexican tablet, or at least found in the region. Obviously ancient. The obviousness of its similarity to the Buga Sphere and a lot of our research is undeniable. But let me show you what is on the back. This is what I find extraordinarily interesting. I took a still image to make it a bit easier to see. I'll show that at the end. But we've got Saturn, we've got an alien depiction with wings, a gentleman holding a plant pot. We've got a triangle with an eye in the center. Lots of triangles. Another gentleman there, and a taller one related to Egyptian gods. Up in that top right, you will have seen the Buga Sphere. And this is incredible. So when you turn off the lights and hit it with a light, it glows, the black light reflective. It's like UV reflective. But not just the nodes, the background as well. You can see the more he charges, the more the background glows. But those dots glowing seems important. So I'm going to be doing some research on that. I'm going to be tearing apart what I see on the back and seeing if that helps us make sense of this. Let's zoom into this spot. We have 3 figures with alien shaped heads. The pattern on the dress of the middle one matches things we've seen using edge detection. I've noticed this pattern repeat every time I do an edge detection of something UAP. The middle figure is blowing a bubble. This could represent a frequency or vocal mantra to call the Buga Sphere. That is clearly a Buga Sphere. Now let's move up and out a bit, and you can see the pyramid shape with the sun at the top, or at least a circle. Around that is a UFO. Scroll to the right here a bit and you can see planets, I assume, or maybe orbs. Scrolling back to the other side, more orbs above the UFO. Now moving down to this gentleman who seems to have a ocean origin, with his ears looking like creature from the Black Lagoon and body mermaid-esque. One of the beings that contacted the Sumerians was water-based, so that tracks. That brings us back to these center 3 with the Buga Sphere coming out of his mouth. But what is below? We've got a lot of symbols. Is this a language? Hieroglyphs? Cuneiform? Not sure. So here's another one. Zooming into the center, we immediately see a very Buga Sphere-like symbol. Moving up, we see an eye and a possible sun god below it, or moon god. It's related to my own experiences with eyes and eyelashes. Moving over to the right, we have this gentleman with a very cool hat and a very interesting arm piece. Coming out of his mouth, I can only assume is a call, a mantra, a chant, or a vibration. Going over to this side, I do not know what we are looking at there. Almost looks like somebody in a scuba diver suit. So we'll move down him. He's got a cool outfit and then a triangle. I find this centerpiece very interesting. So this is the back of the tablet we watched at the beginning of the video. Zooming in bottom center, we have the triangle with an eye, which we have had pulled from hieroglyphs that I found within the orb frequency. Need to get a better picture so I can see this clearer, but there's a gentleman there and a tall one. His name is Cynocephalus. I'll write it on the screen here. Then as we saw, we have a Buga Sphere symbol in the center. And again, we hit Saturn up in the corner. Below Saturn is a very elongated head, alien type shaped creature, person, being, seemingly depicted with wings, if I'm understanding. And then we're down to this gentleman holding a pot. Is this an offering? I don't know a lot about this piece, but I do feel that the nodes on the front of this, these little glow-in-the-dark fluorescent nodes, seem important. The center square is so much like the center square in the Buga Sphere and reminiscent of the center square of the brain image that we extracted from an orb. And when I see this whole thing glowing in the dark, this is meaningful, and this I am going to try and figure out.